Side, what I'm trying to do here is time the spark. So now the purpose in taking off this cover is so that I can adjust the timing of the points. With the points, it causes the condenser to sort of freak out and deliver a burst of electricity. And that goes to the coil, which magnifies the voltage a lot. And then that goes to the spark plug and fires off a spark. So that, as always, it's useful to check in with the trusty dusty manual. I was just confirming that I have the right process, because if you do it wrong, you blow things up. This is just a multimeter. I will set this to the beeping mode. So the breaker points are no longer touching at this point. Now they're touching, and they break right there. A little tiny bit late. Okay. So what we should hear is beeping when this line passes in front of this pointer. So there's the beeping. So now what we want to see is when this mark, the second mark here, passes this pointer, and there's a line in the center of that pointer, then that beeping should stop. And it pretty much does. It's really close. It's close enough that I think I'm not going to worry about it. So that explains at least partly why the engine was running so well. Before I even bought the bike, I went onto eBay and I just looked under CL175 to see what was available. And then after I got the bike, I just kind of went through and started buying stuff. And what was cool about that is that it all pretty much arrived in one day. So in one day I got all of this huge pile of stuff in. So I just came to work and saw that I had some packages. Also that one there, which is probably the shocks. Haha, it's like Christmas. Ooh, shiny new levers. Ah. Cables. This looks like a throttle cable. Excellent. Doesn't even look very rusty. They've designed just for me. It's all tear open. Ah. Shiny new magneto cover. And the big one. Ooh, it's many things. Clutch cable. Brake cable. Hooray. Ah. And brand new Red Wings shocks. Okay, so I'm waiting for that gas tank to drain because it's going to take forever. I think I'm going to work on getting at least one of these shocks off and see how the new replacement shock works, because that's a project that I'm actually pretty excited about. Well, nothing is ever too easy, so I pulled off the old one, took the new one, slipped it on there. It basically fits, but the eyelet at top is a different size. And when they sent it with a couple of spacer bushings, which are exactly the wrong size. So the spacer bushings are completely useless. They're neat, they look good, but they're the wrong thing. And I'm going to have to find a bolt that fits the lower fork there. Looks like it's a good thing. Just have to make it fit now. Well, it turns out things didn't actually go all that well tonight. Let me give you a quick rundown of what happened here. The first thing is the brake lever, or the clutch lever that I got doesn't fit, so this is the old clutch lever now. Turns out that the new clutch lever here, that pivot hole that you can see is too small. So the next thing was the brake cable here is, you can see, kind of poking up. It's really long. And since I don't actually have a brake right now, I will tomorrow morning, but I don't know for sure that the end here is going to work. I think it will, but I'm not positive, and that's a little bit worrying. The clutch cable itself, when I installed the clutch cable here, you should be able to see a little bit of free play. I'm pressing on the clutch lever right now. You should see some free play right here. It should just have a little, it should just move like, you know, about that much freely and easily. And since it's not, that means that the clutch cable is actually too tight. And so the cable length, or the housing length more precisely, is too long. The cable length is a little bit too short for the housing. And so there's not enough free play, which means that the clutch is probably slightly engaged. Or disengaged, however you want to phrase it. So that's frustrating. And the reason the clutch cable doesn't quite fit is that's a CL160 clutch cable, not a CL175. So it's actually for a different bike. They've designed just for me. It's all tear open.